Let's talk about asset protection or liability protection. What is it and why it's important? Well, the idea of protecting our things has been around for a long, long time. In fact, if you think about it, in the ancient world, if one country had invaded another country and they're sending their loot home across the ocean, they're going to use a fleet of ships to send all the precious cargo home. They're not going to just put it on one ship, because if that one ship goes down, then everything's lost. They're simply going to spread it out over multiple ships. And that's one way that we can protect our things is, not putting all your eggs in one basket. Don't put all your cargo in one ship. Another way that we protect our things is through an insurance policy. And insurance has been around for a long, long time. In fact, did you know the first recorded documentation of an insurance policy was 1700 BC? That was a long time ago. So we all have insurance. If you own a home, you're going to have home insurance in case something happens. Or if you have a car, you're probably going to have car insurance in case something happens to the vehicle. So insurance is another way that we protect our things. But that brings us, I think, to the question of who are we even protecting these things for? Well, we're protecting them against potential creditors. And a creditor is simply somebody that you owe a debt to. So in the creditor world, there's really kind of two categories, and I'm going to simplify this a bit, but I think of it in terms of financial creditors and judgment creditors. So a financial creditor is somebody that has loaned you money, and you owe a debt to them because you need to pay that money back, and it's probably going to have interest tied to it. So a great example of that would be a bank, somebody that has loaned you money for a house or for a car. And in that instance, that particular bank, that lender, is a secured lender. Because while you're paying the loan back, they're going to have collateral against the loan. So if you don't pay, they have a way to step in, sell the asset, and get paid back. But what about a credit card? Because they're really loaning you money. So let's say you go to the store, you buy a new pair of shoes, and you pay for them on your credit card. Well, in that case, Visa or MasterCard, they don't have a claim against your shoes. They don't own anything about the shoes, but if you don't pay your bill, they're going to send you some letters. They may send it to collections. They'll charge you interest. But if you still don't pay, they may very well sue you because you didn't pay your debt. And then in that instance, they are a judgment creditor. So that particular type of judgment creditor has the ability to enact or satisfy their judgment against your things. So we want to protect your things from that instance. Another type of judgment creditor would be somebody that sues you for a car wreck, for example. So let's say you're driving down the road and you're distracted, hopefully not because you're watching this video, but you hit somebody in the intersection. Well, that particular party, they may file a claim against your insurance. And if that insurance policy doesn't cover their damages, they may sue you. So they would be a judgment creditor. So in short, asset protection is important because we want to protect our things from potential creditors. In future segments, we're going to talk about how some of our things are protected automatically by state law, and then we're going to look at some legal strategies you can use to further protect your things. Stay tuned.